everyone, so here we are again, and today I'd like to talk to you about supplements and supplementation. So as you know, supplementation is a huge part in the bodybuilding and fitness industry. We see supplements everywhere. Every different athlete is promoting their sponsored company. Every different company is saying that their product is better than the rest, but do supplements really work? So I get so many messages every day through my social media accounts, and apart from online coaching inquiries, the next most common message I get sent is, what supplements should I be using to see results? So first of all, a supplement is actually something that is added to something else in order to improve it or complete it. Okay? A supplement is an extra, it's not a foundation, or it's not a base on which you can expect to get results. It's an add-on. So yes, supplements do work. They definitely have their place in the bodybuilding world, obviously, but you must know that if your diet isn't on point and your training is all over the place, do not even think about using supplements, because you're just going to be wasting your money, okay? I used to work in and manage supplement stores, so my knowledge on supplements is very good. I love experimenting and trying new products to the market and knowing that I'm doing everything I can to maximize my results. However, my diet and my training always come before any supplementation, because the benefits of eating and training correctly far outweigh the benefits of using supplements. Supplements are supplements for a reason. They supplement or complete your base diet and base training program to ensure you're getting the most out of the time that you spend in the gym. Now, as I've said multiple times, the bodybuilding and fitness industry has so much conflicting information, and for someone trying to wrap their head around it and know what actually works and what doesn't is extremely hard. You might type something into Google and read the very first 2 articles on whatever it is that you're trying to learn, and it wouldn't surprise me if the top 2 articles said the total opposite and gave you conflicting answers. The exact same thing applies to supplements and people's opinion on them. So there's so many brands, so many companies, all trying to convince you that their product's better than their competitors, and the way that they do it is to use big creative words and make it sound like it's almost impossible for you to achieve these results without using their products. Then the big companies pay athletes or offer them supplements to promote their product, and basically tell them to convince you the reason that they look the way they do is because they use that particular company's supplements. Now, I find this very conflicting morally. I completely understand it that the athlete wants to get free products or is making money from that company that they're sponsored by, but I don't necessarily agree that it's the correct thing to do. They take hundreds of pictures of themselves using that product and holding products next to their abs, saying, this fat burner is the reason I have abs like this, or the reason I'm so lean is because I use this fat burner, when they know very, very well that it's just not true. Now, I don't really get too bothered by what other people do. It's their choice and it's their life, but I like to base everything I do on complete honesty and back it with being as genuine as I possibly can about actually trying to help people, okay? I will always be honest and tell you what is correct without having any significant benefit to me. Being honest and being genuine will get you ahead in life a lot faster and a lot further than talking crap and telling people lies, okay? If someone asks me if a product is good or not, I'll tell them yes or no based on what my honest opinion is or my knowledge of that particular product. So if my clients are doing well, I'll tell them they're doing well. If they're not doing so good, I'll tell them that as well, okay? If everyone in the fitness industry was actually honest and gave a shit about helping people, it would totally revolutionize the industry, and it would be a lot more easy to understand and easy for people to try and keep up with, okay? So what I'm actually trying to say is, don't get sucked into marketing and spending hundreds of dollars just to be using the same product that your favorite fitness athlete does, okay? I used to do it. There's absolutely no shame in it. I got sucked in by marketing massively when I was younger. When I was in my early 20s, all I wanted to do was be massive, just be huge. I didn't care what it took. I would eat and train as much as I possibly could, because all I cared about was being as big as I possibly could, okay? Now, one of my idols when I was younger, and still is, I'm a massive fan of his today, but rest in peace, Rich Piana. He used to be sponsored by a supplement company called Mutant that he would promote when he used to use and post videos of his amazing life, footage of him training, footage of him eating, etc. He used to say that he would have 3 Mutant mass gainer shakes a day containing 3 or 4 scoops of this Mutant mass. and that he had to be doing that for years, and that's the reason he is the size that he is. Now, at this time, I was working in a supplement store, so the very next day I drove in as fast as I could. I bought 2 big bags of Mutant Mass and starting having 3 Mass Gainer shakes a day, just like Rich Piana did, all 3 or 4 scoops. I was convinced that my idol at the time, by him, that's what I needed to do to get the position he was in. About a year later, Rich Piana left Mutant because he wanted to start his own company instead of working for someone else. And immediately he posted this big controversial video apologising to people for promoting products that he didn't believe in. He admitted that he was getting paid mega dollars to talk absolute crap to try and convince people like me that supplements were the be-all and end-all and that you won't get big without them, and that is totally incorrect. I don't care that I got sucked into the marketing. I've got full respect for Rich for actually making an apology, coming out to the world and admitting he did the wrong thing. I learned a lot from that. I learned that supplements are not the primary number one factor that you can rely on to get results. Supplements are there only to supplement your base diet and your base training program, just to make sure that you are getting the full maximum benefit from your time spent in the gym. Okay? Yes, supplements work. I do recommend using them, but before you even think about using the supplements, you need to be following the correct diet set out for you based on your training goals and the correct training program for you based on your training goals. Okay? I get asked all the time if they're all beneficial, which ones do I need to be taking, which ones are more important than the other, etc., etc. I honestly find it an extremely hard question to answer. Yes, they all work, but they're all obviously created for a reason, but you need to use the right supplements, the right amount according to what you're trying to achieve. Okay, I could push supplements all day long, and I could so easily convince people that they need to be taking this and this and this, but there are very, very few supplements that I would actually consider to be a necessity and something that you really need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break down the 3 supplements that I recommend everyone take all year round, because I believe they actually do make a difference. Then I'm going to tell you a few other supplements I like to add in and take out and play around with based on my training goals at a particular time. So the number one most important supplement, I believe, is a low carb protein powder. A high protein diet, as you know, is the foundation of building muscle, and you need to keep your protein levels high when you're trying to lose body fat or build muscle. Now, getting your protein from whole foods is so much better than getting your protein from your protein powders and your shakes. But the reason you need to be taking a low carb protein powder is because it's the best way to get your protein powder post-workout. Okay? The reason I recommend protein powder and not whole foods for post-workout is because liquid is absorbed a lot quicker than whole foods are. Okay? The protein is already broken down into much smaller particles. Once you consume it, you get sucked straight into your broken down muscles, maximizing your growth and recovery. Okay? If you were to eat, let's say, 200 grams of chicken breast post-workout, your body has to break that down and digest it and then send the nutrients to where they need to go, which takes a lot of time. You always want to be consuming liquid protein post-workout because it's going to be absorbed so much faster than a normal meal. As I've also explained before, the reason it must be a low-carb protein is because carbohydrates will spike your body's insulin levels, which will shut down your natural growth hormone levels. So no matter what your goals are, you never buy a protein that's filled with carbohydrates. The reason for this is because the carbs they use in the powders are absolute crap. They're the worst of the worst quality. You need to get your carbs from good quality whole foods such as white rice or potato about an hour after you train in your post-workout meal. Now, after a workout, you have your low-carb shake before you even leave the gym, and then about an hour after that, you have your post-workout meal of whole food protein, vegetables, and carbohydrates. The number 2 supplement I would recommend would be amino acids. The primary focus of amino acids is to help you recover faster, prevent you from being catabolic, which means losing muscle mass, and to rehydrate you. The correct time to take amino acids is intra-workout or during your weight training and cardio sessions. So amino acids contain 0 calories and will not make you put on any unwanted weight. I've said in all my videos that the key to seeing results in the gym is by letting your muscles recover properly, and amino acids are essential for helping your muscles recover faster. I personally drink amino acids all day, every day. Every single drink I consume on a day-to-day basis, apart from with my dinner, is amino acids. You can never have too much of it. It's never going to do any harm. It tastes a lot better than boring old water, and all it's going to do is help you recover faster. Okay? The number 3 supplement I'd recommend is creatine. Creatine increases the strength and endurance of your muscles, so when your muscles are filled with creatine, you'll have an increase in strength and you won't fatigue as quick either. So increasing your strength means you're able to progress with the weight you're lifting, which will help you build muscle. Increasing your endurance will stop your muscles from fatiguing as quickly, and that will also allow you to perform more reps during your set. So instead of doing 11 or 12 reps max, you might end up hitting 13 or 14 because your muscles are filled with that creatine. So even when you're not cutting, even when you are cutting, you still use creatine. It's not just used for building muscle. Do you know what I'm saying? I use creatine in all my post-workout shakes because, as we know, post-workout, our muscles are so broken down, and anything we put into our body immediately after a workout is going to get absorbed and sucked straight into your muscles. Low-carb protein powder, amino acids, creatine, 1, 2 and 3 supplements I recommend you use all year round. I do not come off any of them. They're not bad for you. Protein, creatine, amino acids, all found in whole foods, but we use them as a supplement because that's what supplements are for. Okay? If you're not getting enough protein, creatine or amino acids from your food, you top your body up through the form of supplements, making sure your body is getting everything it needs to see visual progress as fast as possible. That is how you use supplements correctly. Hopefully by this point you understand if you're not eating properly and you're relying on supplements to get you the results, it's just not going to happen. Okay? You get everything you possibly can from whole foods, and then you use the supplements as an extra just to ensure you're getting enough or even more of what you need so you're getting the full benefit from your training. I honestly believe that diet and training is about 95 to 97% of your results, and supplements make only 3 to 5% difference when you're using them correctly. Okay? Based on those numbers, you can see supplements play a very, very small part in the results we see in the gym. But like I keep saying, I like to know I'm getting the absolute maximum from my effort I'm putting in at the gym, and supplements ensure that that happens. Okay? I like to use fat burners when I'm cutting. I use pump up products for photo shoots. I put L-glutamine in every shake I have. I mix extra acetyl-L-carnitine in when I'm using my fat burner. I use casein protein before bed. I use diuretics before a photo shoot, and I use pre-workouts before every single pre-workout. I use a lot of supplements. I love trying new products. I love experimenting and having fun with supplements, but you must remember that you do not need them, okay? You can still see amazing results using absolutely nothing at all if your diet is correct, okay? Diet and training is literally 20 times more important than the supplements themselves are, okay? So if you're waiting on starting your training because you can't afford supplements, or you can't commit properly because you don't have supplements yet, then that is just absolute rubbish, okay? You do not need them. Supplements are an add-on to your base diet and training program, okay? I just want to cover and go over how to know which is a good brand supplement and which is not. The answer is they're all extremely generic, and it really doesn't matter, okay? The way I can prove this is true and that all supplements are generic is very, very easy. So think of every single supplement brand you know, and then look at the athlete who's promoting or the face of that brand, okay? I guarantee that every single person promoting a supplement brand is in awesome shape. They got that V-taper, or they're big and lean. They just look awesome. So if this guy's using this brand and he looks awesome, and this guy's using that brand and he also looks awesome, and so on, they obviously all work just as well as each other, okay? So don't stress over it. Low carb protein powders are low carb protein powders. Amino acids are amino acids. Creatine is creatine. Yes, there's a few slight variances from product to product, and some have slightly better ingredients than others, but they're so slight that they're also so closely generic, it's unbelievable, okay? The difference it will make to your results is minimal, not even noticeable. So I personally don't care what brand I use. I've used an endless number of brands before. I've never noticed a difference from going from one brand to another, and that is 100% honest, okay? I base all my success off being genuine and honest, and I really do believe that it will and has already set me apart from so many other athletes and coaches, okay? They are mostly robots promoting what they're told to promote for free supplements or money, okay? There's no moral objectives behind it. Companies send me free products to use all the time, and if I like it, I'll tell people I like it and then I recommend it. If I don't like it, I'll tell people I thought it was crap and not to use it, okay? But like I said earlier, they're all so generic and have such minimal differences between product to product, I would not even worry about it. So what I want you to do is try new products, experiment with new products, and you'll find ones that you like and ones that you don't like. But at the end of the day, the difference between product to product is not worth you stressing over. Get the supplements, have them on hand to use them properly, get your diet perfect, dominate your training, and focus on something that actually matters, okay? Get in the best shape of your life, dominate, progress, move up the ranks in your career, be the best, most loving partner or family member you can be, and then build your perfect life, okay? Stressing over what supplement to use and comparing hundreds of different brands is really not worth your time. Protein, creatine, amino acids are your staple supplements and your best friends. That I do recommend you use and incorporate into your program or training regime, okay? Any other supplement, look, on top of that, still does work. They play their part, they all have their own benefit, but they're not necessities. Go smash it, do all the things I told you to do, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.